Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've finally done it. We've come up with a new name. We're excited to unveil that we are now going to be called the... And in this episode today, we're going to be...
No. Sorry.
What's wrong?
Goofball. The NDA hasn't cleared yet. It's still under embargo.
No.
Yeah, we can't tell them yet.
Well, we can't re-record that.
I thought you were going to tell him that. Before
I messaged him. I guess it was only a couple minutes ago.
Hey, you know what? F*** it.
God damn it.
Ready, we got 5 minutes, man.
You set the rule.
Welcome back to the podcast that we legally cannot say the name of.
We have it.
We definitely do.
We just embargo.
Yeah, you know, it's a whole
NDA.
thing. Hey, what's
JPEG.
up, everyone? I'm Randy McLeod,
PNG.
your hoist.
Your hoist? Ahoy, me Hades. I don't know. You fell apart.
Oh, no. I'm your host.
We're witnessing a breakdown.
Okay. Welcome back to the podcast that doesn't legally have a name just yet, but we definitely have a name for it.
It's there.
It's
I'm
just
looking at it.
Wow.
It's glorious.
Yeah, how many letters?
58.
Pretty big one.
Big long name.
It's going to make
content
titles
meeting.
really difficult.
58? Like, what happened to me?
I don't
We
know.
couldn't come up with one, so we just combined them all.
Yeah.
We were just like,
That's fucking... Oh, no. I'm sorry.
I didn't even notice it. God damn it.
Oh, it's so hot in here.
Dude, it's sweaty in here right now.
Dude, take your sweater off.
I'm
dude.
going to right now.
Do it right now.
Yeah.
I'm having a whale of a
such
time.
a headache right now, bro.
Drink some fucking water.
I
bro.
did.
Drink some more. All right. We're into the podcast, right?
Are we?
I don't know.
Hey, everyone. I'm Randy. That's Brad. That's Dan. You know
Yeah.
us.
Hello.
Noah's out today.
Lunch.
He's out to lunch.
Out to
Let me
lunch.
tell you, we're doing this at
Out
noon.
to lunch at 7:41 p.m.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, so we definitely have a name.
Yes.
You know, we've got it locked in the bag.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
In the chamber.
Yep. We just can't tell you yet because we
Primed and ready.
We just can't tell you yet.
Yes.
So you betcha. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a couple different things today.
Randy, what are we going to talk about today?
Oh, let me tell you, it's going to be pretty games focused today. I'm not going to lie.
Did you just spit at the wall?
I
What just
laughed.
happened?
Oh.
I went because I laughed.
You just spit take.
I thought you did just suit one of the
Remember the
I didn't
first day
hear
of
it.
school when I handed you that silica gel packet?
I do.
And just told you to fucking
Eat this.
You told him to eat a silica pill?
Yeah, we'd never met before.
That's
Yep.
fucking
I just
wild.
sat next to him and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?
Die.
Eat this."
You want to eat this silica bag?
And that was the start of a beautiful friendship.
Yep.
All right, I'm sorry.
All right, we're back in the show. Hey, what's up, everyone?
Whoa.
We're back in the podcast. Back in
Whacking
the
the
booth.
wacky.
Look at this
Whacking,
booth. We're in it.
wackety backety.
I'm in this booth right now.
Hey,
Sounds like a really
Brad,
shitty
it's been a while.
C-list
It has been a little
rapper.
while.
because like for you, it's been a month and some change.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it has been a little while. I
You know-
feel weird.
Yeah,
in
we
here.
were talking about that last
I
podcast.
heard
Obviously, you heard, but like,
shit talking me.
yeah, did we?
Poop talking me, yeah.
What?
Ah, damn it! You didn't say shit talk.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Poop,
Yeah.
You just poop talking.
You know
the
what?
whole time.
Just as long as we don't say fuck.
Oh man.
I think we can do that.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Sorry, Dan. This is probably gonna be a fucking minefield for you to edit. Damn it! Okay. No.
This-
Okay.
this is
We're
struggle,
going
man.
back into the podcast now. That was out of podcast.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
in the podcast.
Now we're in
Off
the
the
podcast.
record.
We're
Yeah.
doing the off the record. We're
It's-
in the podcast.
It fits, I'm telling you. And then
Uh,
when he says off the record, it'll be beeped because the embargo.
Right. No, Brad, but you've been out of the booth for like a month and a bit. What was your feelings during that time? Were you like kind of missing it, like a phantom wound? You know what I'm talking about?
It came
Phantom wound.
Yeah, you know, like
Not a phantom limb?
that's what I'm thinking of.
in. Right, yeah.
Phantom wound.
I there was like the first second week, when we normally record, I was sitting there, I was like, every night I was like, do I have something to do right now?
That's
Yeah.
that's what Noah said.
Yeah.
He said every 2 weeks I just got a feeling of dread.
I call that like phantom responsibilities.
Ah,
You know?
yes.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm late to a lot of them, so I just gotta really think about
You're
it. So I'm like,
panicked.
Just a hot sweat out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm supposed to be.
in bed, yeah.
It was your idea. No, I really get that because it was the same thing as soon as I got out of college.
Yeah.
I woke for a month after college, I'd wake up and I'd be like, it's 9:30.
Yeah.
And then I'd go, Oh, I graduated.
Yeah,
like a
and,
month ago.
I had that same thing when I like dropped out of college, where like I woke up and I'd be like,
I have to be in class.
I'm not
I'm supposed to be
in
somewhere.
bed.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be somewhere. Exactly.
I had that today, except like I took a nap and woke up around the time I wake up to go to work, but in the PM, and I was like, going to pack my lunch and shit. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, when you take a nap and it just feels like a sleep, and you nap from 3:30 to 5, but you wake up and you're like, it's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And your body just knows it's 5 a.m., but it's not.
Yeah.
And then you just get jet lagged out of nowhere, and you're not even in a plane.
Yeah, I did that one time for school. I went upstairs and started making my lunch, and my mom came out and was just pissed.
It's like 6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
That's literally what she said. She was like, what are you doing right now? I was like, I'm making my lunch. I'm going to be late.
I'm hungry.
I feel like a parent, like obviously I'm not a parent, so I have no idea, but like a parent must have to deal with so many dumb,
just weird
things
like that. Yeah.
Because like kids just like do things, right? Like when I was a kid,
kids be doing the most.
my dad, like I went downstairs at like maybe 20 minutes after I'd been put to bed, and like because I thought I was being sneaky, and I went downstairs, turned on the TV, loaded up Super Smash Bros. Melee, and started playing that shit. But like I played it so loud.
I was gonna say
for
it's
some
loud.
reason.
Yeah, the TV was maxed.
And like he came downstairs immediately, and he was like, "Randy, go to bed." I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, caught me.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Red-handed, man.
Yeah. So yeah, speaking of games,
Whoa.
we're gonna be talking mainly games. But I thought it'd be fun to start our episodes now with a fun little icebreaker.
Oh, because we need those.
Yeah,
Who are you?
Hi.
Who am I?
You ever? Man, I used to think this was the best icebreaker in the world for like meeting somebody, and it's from a movie.
I love when Randy tells us stories from his childhood.
No,
so
like it's not
funny.
even childhood. It's like 17.
Oh no!
Or like I think I saw it in a movie where it was like, how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice.
Oh,
Hi,
you told me about this.
Yeah.
Man.
Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
I feel like
not
I just
great.
started sweating
No.
more after I heard that.
I feel like if I didn't know you and you personally, randomly came up to me and you said that, I would just punch you. I would just swing at you. I like that would trigger my fight or flight response.
Right,
I would just.
And you could definitely like when you looking at me, fight is obviously the better
Yeah.
option than flight because it's like, here's Randy. Like yeah.
I would just run.
Brad, you don't know what the icebreaker is,
No,
so I'm
I
gonna
have no
ask
idea.
you.
I've already forgot.
What level of crime do you think you
Oh.
could get away with?
What level?
Yeah. How serious of a crime do you think
How
you could get away
serious?
with? Like reasonably.
Reasonably?
Don't be like I could easily rob a bank. Because
No.
you can't.
Hey, but he worked at one.
Yeah.
That's true. I do have some.
You got an
intel.
inside. Yeah.
No, I
Brad's
feel
our
like
insider for a bank.
He
Junk
knows-
Monkey's bank heist.
I don't want to be.
That'd be a great podcast.
live
That'd be so
streaming.
popular.
That's how we get big, guys. I
Yeah.
think that's how we do
That's
it.
how we go to prison.
I think realistically,
I'm so sorry, but we just record us committing the crime and upload it to the internet.
Yeah, but like off the record.
You can't. I say off the record.
we'll
at the
put it in
beginning
the
of
title.
podcast.
We'll just put it in the title. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
Bank heist off the record.
Bank heist.
No, you gotta say before.
Oh right, off the record.
No, you just
we did a
add
bank heist.
you add skit to the end of it.
Oh,
It's an audio drama skit. We just
Right.
hired a bunch of actors.
Yeah. We
we-
only post the audio, not the, not the video.
It's a podcast. Just, a bunch
You
of
just hear this
screaming.
poor woman behind the counter, like, please no, I have a child.
She's a really good actress,
Yeah.
officer. I swear. I'm sorry, Brad. What level of crime do
Brad,
you think you?
please.
That's,
Oh, right,
that's
yeah.
funny.
See, I think I could do murder.
Oh, see, I was
everybody
thinking something.
says that.
I really think I could.
I
though.
really don't think you could.
Oh man.
I think you could.
Walk me through it, Brad.
If I feel like most murderers get caught for one of two reasons. One, they kill someone that they know,
That's a big one.
and then two, they either get too cocky, get like lazy.
Hubris.
Yeah, they're like start playing with the cops, and then they get caught. You know what I mean? Like
They
they'll
wanna
send them
get
notes.
caught.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
doing the whole thing. But if you pick someone and you find the right candidate, I feel like you could murder someone and get away with it. If you find a missing persons.
if you just find a missing person,
If you
What?
spend the time, if you like, there's like a missing persons thing. If you find the person that's missing,
Missing
just
persons
like
registry.
murder them.
what are they gonna do?
Yeah, well, they're missing. They're nobody's finding
Hey,
them.
for the record, everything in this podcast is hypothetical.
Absolutely.
Very much.
What
So.
what I was gonna say, the thing that Brad's right in that a lot of murder is spontaneous.
Okay.
Most of it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's the premeditated murder. Again, all hypothetical.
Yeah.
and speaking only from like listening to true crime documentaries.
So many, dude. I've been watching so many crime
It's
videos on Netflix.
The premeditated murders are much harder to get away with. If you spend time, like I'm gonna go, if I drove to, I don't know, some small town. If I drove to Onanol, middle of the night, smash a window, in and out, gloves, no hair, bodysuit, leave, drive, ditch the car.
Yeah. I think you can get away with it.
What are they going to find?
I don't think I'd even go to Onanol. I think I'd drive I'd drive way away.
Yeah,
I'd be gone, man. I'd be in PEI murdering someone.
Wow. Well, you're making the trip.
Yeah, I'm making the trip. I don't want to go to prison, man.
I don't want to go to prison. Murders a man. just for fun.
That's so weird because like when I thought about this question, I brought morals into it as well.
Morals?
Where like not morals, but like kind of like the line I would draw, and murder is obviously like the line I would draw. And I'm not saying that you wouldn't draw that. Maybe you would. Maybe you wouldn't. Okay, there it is. There it is. We got him, boys. Comment.
Door gets kicked down. SWAT team
on the ground.
Russ is leading it.
There's like a giant PEI fisherman, but he's actually the sheriff of the town. He's like, "We got you son of a bitch."
What an odd bit. What an obscure giant PEI fisherman.
That's where he's going to murder someone.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, what a weird.
Well, he does two jobs. He's the sheriff, but he's also the local
because
like,
nobody in PEI can survive with just one job.
Exactly. Small town.
Hopefully, the town of PEI.
There's a small town in PEI.
Probably multiple.
Fishing village.
You were there for like 2 seconds.
Nova Scotia.
That's basically the same thing.
Kind of the same thing.
Sorry if we've offended any of our maritime viewers.
No, morally, I could not do murder.
Like, of course not.
When I find a spider in my house, I like get him with a paper and like let him
move them elsewhere because they're valuable parts of their ecosystem.
Oh, they're so valuable. Every time I like,
I don't even think that he's just cute.
There's a gigantic spider underneath my sink, and like he's just chilling, and he's always in there. And I'm like, Ida, you make me uncomfortable, but you're doing good. So
good job.
Haven't seen any mosquitoes around. So
doing great.
Giant mosquito, just fucking this gigantic around, size of a dinner plate.
Yeah.
Randy's just underselling how big this spider is.
It's like, hey, what's up?
Giant Australian huntsman. It's like, holy, how did that?
That's not supposed to be here.
How did that get this? Australia in the name.
Dan, what level of crime do you think you could get away with, or is murder the answer?
Could get away with and would be okay with getting away with are two very different things.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of really garbage things you can do online. Like identity theft is not hard.
Right.
Stealing credentials, not hard. Token loggers, so easy to work with if you have any like sysadmin knowledge. Brad isn't inherently wrong though about murder being it's easier than a lot of people think it is. Mm-hmm. Still, you're probably gonna get caught.
Yeah, if you do murder just for the sake of doing murder, then yeah, you probably get away with it. But no one actually, like most people don't murder people just because they feel like
I don't think it's
there's motive. It's not premeditated. It's spontaneous. Mm-hmm. They're not thinking.
Do you guys subscribe to the thought that like that humans are innately like if we didn't have rules we would just be killing each other and violence and all that? I don't think so.
I think there'd be bigger patches of it.
I think there are people that do subscribe to that ideology.
Yeah.
I am of the opinion that humans are inherently mostly altruistic.
Well, we're social animals. Like we would not be able to survive without another person.
Yeah, but we also are objectively greedy animals too.
That's fair enough.
You objectively are going to look out for your kin and your friends and family first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a psychological fact.
It's almost like a territorial, like primal thing.
It is.
Yeah,
it absolutely is.
Yeah.
There's a whole field of science dedicated to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is getting really philosophical.
Yeah, it's very strange.
So
what was your answer?
I don't know. I just think Brad underestimates how good modern
you might be right.
Techniques are for figuring out who there's an entire school of science dedicated to blood splatters.
That's a good point.
Like they can like look at a blood splatter and one of the blood. A blood splatter analyst is its own job. There are people where that's their job. They look at it, they analyze it, and they go, "Yeah, he was over there. He went that way."
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my answer.
I was gonna say if it was like the 1940s, murder would be, and of course if you had the perspective of someone looking, so if you're just a time traveler, of course, I'll go into the 1940s, murder someone, time travel back to the future.
You're an asshole at that point.
What a dick.
Yeah.
What level of crime do I think I get away with? Yep. I don't think I could get away with murder. Maybe, but like. It would eat me alive.
Oh
yeah. Morally, no, that'd be tragic.
Yeah.
So I don't know, some sort of heinous level cyber crime.
Yeah.
Of course, Would never do it.
No.
Shitty people.
Shitty people.
What about you?
I
could for sure absolutely dunk on somebody. It's like, what?
What does it mean?
Have you not been listening to us?
I feel like the best I could do, maybe.
Are you including morally?
No. For the first one, no.
Because I was gonna say.
I think the best I could do would be steal a car. I think
Oh, that's a good answer.
I think that is the best that I could do with the skill set and knowledge that I have. To be honest, if I walked up to a car right now, I don't think I was gonna say I wouldn't be able to do it
with no keys. Do you know how to hotwire? Or
yeah, but
you do.
No.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that is the level of crime that I could get to.
Yeah.
Where it's theft. But it's not like I'm ruining your life if I steal this car.
Yeah,
you definitely are.
Well, kind of. But
imagine if your car got stolen.
I'd be pretty fucking devastated.
Think about how much money that is.
I'd be so
your
sad.
ride to work.
Yeah.
Like that is ruining a person's life.
However, yeah, you're right.
That's why you only steal Teslas. They can afford another one. They bought a Tesla.
That's a good point.
Your fucking hedge funds. It's past 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Your hedge funds will pay for another one. Like you're fine. Also, you shouldn't have bought a Tesla in the first place, idiot.
You tell him. Morally, I could. Oh man.
You're a
morally.
I am lawful good.
I love you, man, but you're a cinnamon roll.
I am,
and that's what's great about you.
Yeah, sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. Like
I mean, like morally.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm lawful good.
Yeah.
I got a problem
you
where
are.
I just can't I can't wrong someone.
Would you? How far out of the store would you get if you accidentally stole a chocolate bar and you didn't realize?
Damn, that's happened multiple times.
If you got in the car and were sitting in the parking lot, would you take it back?
The amount of times that I've accidentally not paid for a jug of water, and then I'll be like, oh man, I should go back and pay for that. And that's like,
do you?
No, don't do that. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. It's $3.
Yeah, it depends on the store for me. Like if I stole from Walmart, I wouldn't care. But if it was like a mom and pop shop,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm going
absolutely.
back in for sure.
Yeah.
You know
if
what
I
mean?
accidentally took an extra bag of coffee out of H Coffee,
Exactly.
I would drive from my home
Absolutely.
to bring money to them. I'd be like, please take.
I'm so sorry.
But Brad's 100% right. Oh, do you want to donate $57 to end child hunger? You're worth like $600 billion. You end child hunger. Yeah. No, that's hilarious.
I
and
steal from Walmart all the time. I'm not gonna.
See, that's the thing. You're the third person on this podcast to say that.
Really?
It's super easy.
Yeah.
Because they just don't check?
Well, no, you do self-checkout, and if you just hold 2 items in your hands, and then you just scan one and put them both in the bag, and you're good.
Do they have to be the same item?
No.
Why the sensor doesn't pick it up?
Well, no. Well, you just scan one item while they're both in your hands, and if you just do one swift motion, no one's even looking most of the time. You
That's
just
the
put 'em
thing.
both-
That's not what I'm concerned about.
The sensors that you're talking
at the
about,
door.
those are only on certain items.
Yeah. But,
So you could walk
like
out
with
with a
tags?
cantaloupe, obviously.
Oh.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but you can't walk out with a TV.
But no, like working in retail, there are these tiny little white pieces of what looks like plastic.
Yeah, the ones that are stuck on. I know exactly what you mean.
Those are the things that set them.
Oh, so if it doesn't have that, you're ready to go.
Yeah, you can steal
for the most
much
part.
food as you want.
like produce.
Like
yeah,
produce, you can
there's
steal all the
a
produce in the world.
fucking GPS thing in the banana.
Yeah, make sure to cut that out before you.
And realistically, the thing beeps. Oh shit! I forgot that was there. And then I didn't scan it. I'll go back and scan it.
You're 100% right. God,
It's really
you're
not
right.
that
It is
deep.
really easy to steal from Walmart.
Yep.
Oh, dude,
I'm
it's
not
a
going to
joke.
say.
I don't do it,
Not
but-
going to say anything
I do
else.
it all the time.
We'll leave it at that. Off the record, though.
Off the
all
record.
the
I'm a thief.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now.
So what do you think
Listen to me.
morally? What could you get away with? 'Cause
morally,
you
nothing.
couldn't morally really.
Man.
If I paid you $50 to steal a chocolate bar from Walmart,
Oh, I mean that's fine. Okay, sorry, petty theft. I could
you
get
could do
away
petty,
with petty
like
theft.
really petty theft.
Yeah, like
Because
super
petty theft is objectively anything under what $5,000 or whatever.
Oh man, even
Or something
okay,
like
like
that.
extra petty.
Yeah, like a
talking
chocolate
about
milk from Sev.
Under 50. The cops are like, I don't care at this point. Like, go. We got better things
You're
to
like
do.
the episode of SpongeBob where he accidentally steals a balloon and they're on the run as fugitives.
That's me.
That's a really funny topic.
Yeah. Yeah, that was our icebreaker. Look at that.
I feel it's broken.
You
I
couldn't
feel like
get
the ice-
couldn't get away with murder.
No, now that you
No.
mention it,
Morally maybe, but like
morally for sure.
if you leave behind like if
also,
you-
like the driving to a place and then like just driving away.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I feel
There's
like-
cameras, bro.
yeah, I feel like, but any you could, if you put your mind to anything, you can do it. You know
yeah,
what I
you
mean?
could. Like
That's not the motivational thing we need when we're talking about murder. It's like,
Here's-
man, just give it a shot.
here's
Trust me, man.
here's how easy it is to get caught
Yeah.
in murder.
Mm.
unless maybe once I've told you this, you'll be like, oh well, I would do that. But unless you had preemptively thought of it, and if you didn't, don't lie, because just be honest. If you went with any article of clothing that you've ever worn before, if you leave behind basically even a microscopic piece of it, crime scene analysts will find it, they'll scan it, they'll find your DNA. Yep. And that's just a direct link back to you. Then what? Well, it doesn't matter he drove 20 hours away. It was Bradley Gertzen, Brandon, Manitoba.
Yeah.
Like,
got an APB on that bad boy.
So it's wild how good crime scene analysts are now, and the technology and
they put a lot of money into figuring out who.
Believe it or not, they invested pretty heavily into that.
They were like, "Why are people getting murdered?
We gotta figure out We gotta figure out who it is." I don't know why I turned into Italian.
I'm not sure.
I just felt like it, I guess.
Guys, let's get into our other topics.
Next topics, yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about gaming a bit.
Woo!
I do that sometimes.
I do it a lot.
Do you?
And I talked to Mike. We were sitting in the brewery, and we were just like, he was like, man, I haven't just sat down and chatted gaming with somebody for a while that understands gaming. And I'm like, absolutely, brother. I'm your guy. I kind of want to start. We're recording this the day of what's supposed to be E3, which for those that don't know, E3 is basically like Christmas for gaming, where it's like a whole week. Actually, Christmas is one day.
What the hell?
What am I talking? Christmas break.
Hanukkah for gaming?
Maybe.
It could be Hanukkah.
Yeah,
where you spin the gaming dreidel.
And then it's like
I don't know anything about
buggy
Hanukkah,
release. It's like, yay! CG trailer. It's like, yay!
Remember like, I guess starting 10 years ago ish, where gamers just purely got accustomed to buggy releases. Yeah. And we've just been somehow okay with that ever since.
10 years ago?
I don't know. Like, when did buggy releases really start? Because it hasn't been.
H1Z1.
I would say when updates were available. Like, before, buggy releases happened when it was a low budget video game and like rushed out and blah 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 blah. But like buggy releases in terms of like quantity of them coming out, especially from big games, is when they were like, oh, we don't have to have the full thing ready to go on this disc.
I should
because we can just update it later.
I disagree, but I think that fault is with me because I shouldn't say buggy releases. I should say broken releases. I'm talking
like
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
I'm talking
No Man's Sky.
I'm talking No Man's Sky. I'm talking like
was No Man's Sky buggy?
Actually,
yeah.
Or was it just barren?
It was buggy.
Oh, okay.
Barren too.
And it was just
It's
exactly
just not at all what they
It's
wanted.
just not a video game.
Heard
Isn't
it's
that
really
interesting?
good now though.
Oh yeah.
Was,
I mean, like
top
every
listing
like 3 months, Twitter will be like, oh, yo, by the way, we have a new expansion that completely changes the game again.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
They really put their heart and soul into it, which is good for them.
Yep.
I mean, redemption
story.
has been redeemed.
That's so I want to talk about, because like I said, today was E3's kickoff kind of,
right,
where E3 is supposed to be, but guess what? E3 got kicked to the goddamn curve because
the curb.
Whoa. But like, yeah, it's been struggling for years, and then all these companies realized that like, oh, yo, it's really expensive to go with E3. Why don't we just put on our own showcase? And they do that.
Right, yeah.
But there's something magical about video game. I feel like the video game industry is the most associated with hype in terms of like, we get hyped for releases, we get hyped for more information, we get hyped for these trailers.
It's on par with sports for sure. And even sports isn't really hype, like preemptively. Like no one's like, I'm so excited for this Knicks game.
Like, people get excited for like the Super Bowl or like events.
Yeah, but there's not like a hype to it. It's like during the game you get that hype that people feel.
Yep.
And then that's probably because you can like electronically consume most of the things coming out about video games. So if you just like start reading tweets and everything and all the time, you just get super excited.
And that's
like,
an interesting distinction too, because with sports you can't look up every little detail that you can find about it. You know it's gonna be a sport. You know the sport.
Like, they're gonna throw the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they don't.
That's not a media release that you're like, oh shit, that we just found out that you could play as Miles Morales in this new game. You know, like stuff. I don't know, but I honestly every year, whenever showcase season happens, I'm just like so excited. I remember like 2 years ago when they were announcing, I guess this wasn't during E3 season, but it like the summer season, but it was like I was checking Twitter every morning when new console information was coming about the PS5 and the Xbox Series.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, checking Twitter in the morning is great. Twitter sucks now, and it's not fun to go on Twitter anymore for me, but like whatever. But basically what I want to get at is I have so many fond memories of there was an E3 conference right after our like rugby luncheon or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, let's go over to Mike's place, like AC basement. Let's watch this showcase. And like it was the Sony presentation where they showed off fucking Last of Us 2 and like so many other things where
I
I'm just
remember like yelling in the basement.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It gets that much excitement out of you.
It was so fun. And then especially with your people, you just start talking about the game.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that looks sick. Like, I love the idea that you're doing this.
And there's like those low points where you can talk about what you've seen so far while some fucking like, I don't know,
some
Kitty
random
Pirates
Pal
3.
World.
Yeah, Pal World shows up.
Pal World shows up. I
really hope that game comes out.
I honestly would be dialed in on that trailer. I wouldn't say a word during that whole thing.
I'd be
gobsmacked.
yeah,
Because my jaw would be on the floor.
Yeah. For those that don't know, there was a trailer today about it was Pokemon, but it took every single.
It was
just
it was Pokemon crossover with Elden Ring, Fortnite, Breath of the Wild, Call of Duty.
It was just a blatant ripoff of so many things.
There were pals that I guess they're calling them in that trailer that literally were just Pokemon.
It's almost as if like an AI took like what's popular and then like in gaming and then it was like let's put it in the game.
Just Chat GPT.
Exactly. Like,
Chat GPT 4 be wild.
It's ridiculous.
The web. Good to go.
But yeah, I mean, basically what I'm trying to get at is like obviously this episode's going out hey, it's Friday when you're listening to this. Wahoo. Maybe Saturday. And the Xbox showcase just happened, and let me tell you, I'm really excited about that. It's these moments where I get really excited about the gaming industry, and then we hit that lull.
It was just before this, I feel.
Yeah.
Like the 4 months before E3 and stuff is when that lull hits.
Yeah.
And then it's like you go back to old games, and it's kind of a lull, but it's like, you're just not that
I get so
excited
passionate
anymore.
about this stuff, man.
Yeah.
And it's just video games at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, I don't have a lot to say about E3 and showcases other than the fact that I'm just so excited to be in that spot again. And I loved the memories growing up of these moments. Dan, I know you haven't seen many E3 showcases and stuff like that.
I just don't fundamentally care.
Yeah.
I get my information like, oh, there's a new game coming out. Like Starfield.
Yeah.
Like I did watch the Bethesda conference last year, but I haven't thought about it since.
Right.
Because I've learned, especially as a PC gamer, hype, especially as a PC gamer, will get you disappointed.
Absolutely.
In today's modern gaming culture, where that sounds so lame.
As a gamer.
No, shut up.
Modern gaming culture.
But it is, where games every fucking game release is broken.
Yeah.
Because it's just executives and publishers pushing game devs to work 90 hours a week.
Point.
Oh yeah, dude! Isn't there like a whole thing with like the work schedule? Sorry, I'll just let you finish.
I'm just sorry. I want to finish my point.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know what I was saying now.
Damn
it!
Every game release is broken at launch because publishers are pushing these game devs.
I've learned to just not care about the game until it comes out.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. I use Starfield as my example. I'm very excited for Starfield. In a way that I want it to be good.
Yep.
Bethesda has a track record, and their only misstep recently has been Fallout 76.
Yep.
Bethesda has a good track record.
A great track record.
Now, don't get me wrong. Fallout 4, broken at launch. Yep. Skyrim, broken at launch. But not broken like 2077 was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a different game.
They were playable video games.
Yep.
They weren't issuing refunds on the Sony store.
Yeah, forcing Sony to implement a refund option.
I think we're definitely in a spot where it's like almost hard to pre-order any
you
game.
Never.
It's like hard to even justify it anymore, which is too bad because pre-ordering a game was so
It
fun,
used to be this
dude.
really exciting thing, right?
Yeah.
But like I remember, man, I learned my lesson pretty early on.
I did too.
Because it was like, oh man, I'm going to pre-order Call of Duty Ghosts and Black Ops 3 and what was the other one I ordered? Halo 5 Guardians. And all of those games were not great.
Nah, Ghosts was great.
Which one?
Ghosts.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I agree. It wasn't amazing, though, in my opinion.
No, everyone hates Ghosts, and I don't blame them. I just like Ghosts.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The campaign, I had a great time with the campaign.
I didn't like the campaign.
You got to be a dog.
You could be a dog at one point.
Yep. That's all I remember.
I remember that was an E3 thing.
Mm-hmm.
They were like,
You're a dog.
yo, you can play as a dog.
The whole campaign.
Yeah.
What the I like the alien infection mode. That was so
We've
fun.
talked about that on the podcast, but like I loved Extinction.
Oh, you did?
That shit was awesome.
We should load that up and play it sometime.
Can you?
Yeah.
Why not?
Not crossplay.
I just figured the servers would be off.
No. The Black Ops 2 servers are still up.
Wow.
That might Springboard. Yes, they are.
Oh right, people just made like an emulator because there's so many hackers.
It's not an emulator. It's like its own live service server
Like
thing.
a client.
Plutonium launcher.
Yeah.
That's how I play it. Which when I don't frequently, but when I do, I was gonna say the Black Ops 2 might have been the last game I've ever pre-ordered.
Yeah.
I just stopped.
That's a great pre-order. Good job.
It came with the big like book. Remember game guidebooks?
Yeah.
Oh, those were the greatest. I'd spend fucking hours reading those things. The same thing over and over, dude. This will be quick, but
Go for it.
I had the guidebook for Pokemon Platinum.
Oh yeah.
It was like that thick.
Yep.
For this audience at home, that's got to be 2 inches, 3 inches. It was.
That's really big.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking it up on the laptop. Pokemon Platinum guide.
If I hold it really far back.
What about you like
Perspective.
Get it out of focus. So for the audience at home, I'm using the laptop in the booth. But like, look, this guidebook.
Oh, that's an
I feel like-
iconic
huge.
guidebook cover.
I read it so many times.
I know exactly. Like I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that so many times.
Dude, guidebooks were the hypest. Look how thick it is.
Yeah.
Huge.
Did you guys both go to? This is a complete tangent
Go
because
for
this
it.
just reminds me of nostalgia.
Yep.
Okay, so you didn't go to Forest Elementary, did you?
Nope.
I did.
You did.
Yep.
Do you remember cakewalks?
Yes, I do remember
Oh my god! Someone
cakewalks.
brought it up the other day. And I was mind blown. They just put numbers on the floor around the gym, and all the kids would pay like $2 to enter. And you just like walk around the gym, and then there's like musical chairs, and you'd stop, and then they'd pick a number. And if you picked it, then you got a cake, a whole ass cake.
And parents would like make cakes and donate them or buy them or.
Yeah, and
It was
you just
really,
walk around for
really,
wholesome.
really weird. Now that I think
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
it was so
But it
weird.
was as a kid, it was like I'm so fucking high.
It was like
Cakewalk.
it was like gambling basically.
Yeah, no, it was. Never
was-
won a cake.
100% gambling. I didn't either.
But the idea that you could win a cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways,
Anyway.
guidebooks, E3.
Speaking of guidebooks, though, bro, like
Yeah.
manuals.
Oh, manuals were so good.
Manuals
dude,
were so cool.
Dude, the manual for Sly Cooper was the like. Its art was here. I'll show you. It was like the how do I
The
spell?
only manuals I had was Minecraft manuals.
Really?
The Redstone manuals.
Look.
The Redstone guide.
Look, the manual for Sly Cooper. It was the art
that's
for the
so
Thievius
rad.
Raccoonus.
That's so rad.
Oh, it's so cool,
Dude, there was nothing more exciting. I
Then
remember,
being on the car ride home,
dude,
busting open the game,
I had
reading the manual.
I bought a game. I can't remember which one. My parents bought me a game. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go into the store." They put it in the trunk. Okay. Like they
Oh,
put
no.
the
Hide it from
bag
them?
in the trunk with the game in it.
Yeah.
And they went into a store, and me and my brother and my sister maybe were sitting in the back seat, and we were like, "Okay, Operation, we got to get that game out of there because we need to fucking
read the
need to
manual.
Read this manual."
Yeah.
So we had one of those cars where you could like pull out the middle of the
Yeah,
back seat,
go
into
and
the
then
back.
like, and I was the scrawniest of the lot, so I was like the one where they would like pull me out by my ankles after, but I was like in there like, where is it?
That's fucking funny.
That's all fun.
All for a manual, like you know
No,
what I
but
mean?
that was
They were
dude,
so
manuals.
hyped,
They were
dude.
the hypest
oh,
thing.
they were so cool.
Look at all 3 of the Sly Cooper ones. Look at those, and they get
That's so
they get
cool.
progressively more tattered.
Yeah.
because it's been around longer.
Oh.
There was
That's so creative.
There was
Fucking
story and artistry to manuals.
and then they were like, this is expensive.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason they bet there is another Sly
Hibbity
Cooper
bit.
game.
I think those were some of the golden age of games. Like I know we're in the golden age of games, but there's things that got left
GameCube,
behind,
PS2.
dude.
GameCube,
just-
PS2
yeah.
was like the
Yes.
generation where it was just like, well, and I mean, like that's nostalgia talking. Like,
Sure,
I
rose-tinted
wonder if
glasses.
it's so weird because like I feel like I wonder if I played Luigi's Mansion on GameCube now, like without having that experience beforehand.
Oh,
where I'd be like,
bored.
man, I don't know if I like this game. You know what I mean?
You'd
Yeah.
be bored. for
But looking back on it, I'm like, oh, and like
No,
everybody
it's a
hates
great
on
game.
Super Mario Sunshine as like one of the Mario entries.
People is stupid to hate on Super Mario.
That's what I'm saying. I love that game.
Super Mario Sunshine was innovative.
Yeah.
Not to the same degree that 64 was, but
Fluid physics.
64 had the advantage of being one of the first games, if not the first game, to use a joystick.
Yep.
That's why that game was revolutionary. Not to mention its phenomenal level design, but Super Mario Sunshine took level design as its first and foremost thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Super Mario 64 was all about movement and physics.
Yeah.
And
That's why some of the later levels are just like, we put some geometry objects together and it kind of works. There's a theme. Let's move on.
Sure.
To PC versus console discussion. Dan, you put this in the docket. I'd love to hear what you're thinking.
Right. Well, I didn't put this in there with the intent of it being like, let's debate PC versus console, which is better. It's just, I don't know. I just kind of threw it in there because there's the juxtaposition that everybody in this group is a console gamer, except for me.
Well, I personally have just jumped into the PC gaming space, right?
Yeah,
a little bit. I'm like,
you're dabbling.
Did you buy one?
He bought a gaming laptop.
Hey,
yeah, I got 3 toes in the water right now. Specifically, 3.
How do you do that? Which ones?
Oh, I would do the big toe.
Yeah.
The long one that seems to be longer than the big toe. Does anyone else?
You're talking the middle toe?
Yeah, like the kind of middle toe to the left.
The fuck?
I get the middle. So middle, and
come on! Who cares? Toe conversation.
Continue.
So, I think there's spots for both in different. Like it depends on lifestyle and everything like that. I think PC has a lot of unreal qualities, in the fact that it's so much more customizable and there's so many more like indie games and kind of like.
Maybe the wealth of your library is
huge, and there's a more bad quality games, but it's also like sometimes that's kind of sick. And then console is like it's just so easy though.
That's
so
my thing
because
I have both. I don't have like a high end gaming like PC. Obviously, you know that. Dan.
Yep.
I have something that is good enough, and that's all I need it for. Because I don't go to my PC for these high end AAA stuff. I go to my simplistic console that gets it done in a relatively great way. Dan, going back to what you were talking about with games being buggy and broken at launch, man, is that ever heightened on PC rather than console? Obviously, console sometimes gets shafted too.
I was going to say,
but I feel like
recently it's been
bad.
It's been shifting towards also being console. It's been that way forever with PC. Yeah. Because for the longest time, PC was a secondary thing, and then most games were just PC ports.
Yes, absolutely.
Nowadays, that's not as much the case, and the paradigm is shifting where the consoles are also getting broken and buggy releases. But you're right that it's shifting. It's not how it's been there.
Yeah. Most recent example. Obviously, I didn't play this, but like I've been following the news on it. Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Holy shit!
I've heard some news. I've heard some bad news.
There was some bugs and issues on the consoles for sure.
Yeah.
But it was barely playable on a lot of people's machines.
On specific graphics cards, it was unplayable.
That's what I'm saying.
Couldn't load the game.
And like obviously this is memed at this point where a lot of people, like a lot of YouTubers are like, video games are released now with an apology screen on Twitter saying like, wait, we're going to fix it later.
But it's true.
But it's true. It's true. A lot of games are getting to the point where it's like, I was really, really impressed with Hi-Fi Rush earlier this year, and I know I keep tuning that game's horn, but like there was no discernible issues with that game when it launched on either Xbox or PC. There wasn't like, it just worked. You got the game and it worked.
Yeah.
And that's not the only game, but like when obviously game development's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like it's not
without a doubt. It's super hard. And as they get more complicated, it's even harder and even longer hours to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the biggest reasons as to why PC will always generally be buggier, it's a very simple thing. When you're deving for PS5, you are developing for a single set of hardware, a single graphics card. Well, it's an SoC, but a single CPU with known specifications. You dev a game for PC, and you have to make a game that works across all the spectrum.
You gotta have a fucking spreadsheet open.
Yeah. I have a bitchin' gaming computer.
Yep.
But like the person who has the 1050 Ti, like you, wouldn't be able to play on the same specs. That changes dev entirely. The person who has the 750, which is the same level of step down from you to them, or so around there.
Yeah.
You're deving for all of these things, whereas PS5 console, it's just one set of hardware. Easy to develop for.
I had a question and I immediately answered my question in my head, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So why do you think that they're still catering to these lower specs? And then I realized money. You can sell to more people if you create it. If they say it's good enough to be on your console or your specs.
Minimum required specifications.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then guess what? Hey, we just got $80 from you.
Yeah.
Also, the vast majority, like the overwhelming majority of people, don't have good gaming computers.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Like, you step up to anything over like a 3080 or a 6800 XT or anything like that, you are into the 0.001% of gamers at that point.
Yeah.
Which is not the market that people are targeting.
Yeah.
Like, there's also the idea that when you do have a good gaming computer, you can negate some of the performance issues.
Okay.
People who had monstrous computers, way better than mine, for like Fallen Order, were like, yeah, this game's unoptimized, but it doesn't matter how big the plow is if I'm pulling it with 57 Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
I pull whatever I want at that point, right?
Right.
So, which is not an excuse for game devs to release shitty, broken games like Jedi Survivor.
I would say game publishers, just to make that distinction.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. It's gotten to a point where I feel like until pre-orders stop or until...
Which they never will.
Which they won't. Yeah, no, and I agree. Especially when it's like, get the customizable 2-inch statue.
Metal
Holy
case.
shit. DLC and all, that's a whole nother topic.
What do you mean?
Pre-ordering a game and then or paying for the legendary edition of a video game.
Gets you instant access to the pre-order beta.
Why not just give me the game that I paid for?
Yeah.
I
no
saw,
money.
I saw a fantastic video from GameSpot that was explaining, or like, I was like, he was saying that if people that pre-order to get instant access to the beta, you're paying them to playtest their game.
Yeah.
Because
Pretty
they
much,
are
yeah.
using that data to implement changes and to gather data from you.
Yep.
Why does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
But I got to play the game early, even though it's not ready yet. You know.
And we did go through that 3 or 4 year stage where pay to win was bad too.
Well, pay to win's always been bad, but
Yeah,
you mean that it's been very prevalent.
Yeah, the people are like, actually
and
putting it on
that
there.
has been a change. Like, like it's very much become a thing where we've shifted to the free to play model, which I'm okay with at this point. But like before, it was bad. It was really bad to the point where, again, Star Wars, but this time Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 was literally pay to win.
When Disney has to come and knock on your door and be like, you got to take this shit out right now. Like, there's a problem.
Yeah,
You know
there's
what
a
I mean?
big problem.
And people don't want to face that backlash anymore. And I think a lot of devs will look at examples like Cyberpunk, where, man, that was a tarnish to their fucking reputation.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, well, they're stained forever by that.
yep. They've
as
done
them-
the work, absolutely. But
Yeah.
guess what? I'm never going to play Cyberpunk. I'm not going to lie to you.
I got it for Christmas. Haven't played it yet.
No.
I got it for Christmas on release year.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Played it.
And I'm sure it is, but the hype was gone, and it's hard to get that hype back when there's the next hype thing that's coming.
Oh yeah, there's so much more content to look at. It's like you had your shot and you like.
That is the
Didn't hit
tricky
it.
thing, isn't it? Where like a lot of games only get that first impression.
I think that's a
For me, at least, that's a personal thing.
I think that's a pretty odd take in that
Disagree with me, baby. Let's go.
Cyberpunk is objectively a good game now. It has been for a long time.
They
And
have
this
fixed
is a single game we're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it applies broadly in that just because a game in this specific instance was hype and flopped and Cyberpunk,
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, DayZ, that's a huge one.
Oh yeah.
All these games are phenomenal games, and not going back to them just because you lost the hype the first time seems super odd to me because you're missing,
I'm not saying
you're missing out on experiences, or you could be missing out on experiences that you might love because hype. That's part of the reason that ties back into why I don't care about E3.
Okay.
The hype of a game doesn't mean anything to me because hype means nothing. There was Cyberpunk. Do you know how long Cyberpunk was in development before it came out?
Like 9 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hype doesn't change whether or not a game is good, right?
No.
There was sleeper hits, Stardew Valley, indie dev, one of objectively the greatest video games ever created.
Yep.
Hype played no part into that. The fact that it was a amazing game by an indie dev, that was a big part of it. The hype around the fact that it was a single indie dev.
Yeah.
Making this game that was accessible to everybody, that's the reason that game was successful, not hype. Cut to Fallout 76, remarkably hyped game, huge, world,
so excited
groundbreaking.
Yep.
I'm
I'm not making that argument that hype equals good.
That's
Yeah,
me
no,
neither.
for
I'm
sure.
just saying I'm not gonna let hype dictate whether or not I want to buy a game or not. I don't buy games on release.
And I think
I'll wait a week and wait for.
I feel like a lot of people
charts and
wait longer than a
Oh,
week.
dude, I'll wait like 3 months.
I will. I'm not going to do that for Starfield. I'm simply not going to do that.
Oh, there's some games you don't, but I mean, like,
I'll trudge through some bugs.
in the general field of things.
I think I see that sentiment quite a bit on Twitter. Is that like people are like, I don't buy a game on day one anymore. No. I don't pre-order a game, obviously, but like I don't buy a game on day one because it doesn't make sense to anymore. It really doesn't.
If game development and the whole paradigm shifted, and if publishers stopped rushing game devs, and we went back to the era where games consistently released in a state where the game devs had enough time to actually dev the game properly, then maybe I'd buy a game day one. I will say, there are some games that I would pre-order if they existed hypothetically.
Such as?
I'd pre-order the shit out of Sly Cooper 5.
Wow. Okay.
Because I'm the biggest Sly Cooper fan.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm going to pre-order Elder Scrolls 6, but I won't. I don't want to give Bethesda.
When do you think that game's coming out?
It's starting in development after Starfield release.
I know.
So it's the game after. Speculations are 2027, 2028. 2026, 2027.
We're going to be 26, 27, 28 years old.
Absolutely.
That's
people at E3 back in 2016, or like not 2016, 2018, 2017 were like, where's Elder Scrolls 6? Todd Howard's like, guys, it's like a decade away.
Isn't that wild?
Chill the fuck out.
And that's the thing, like with any game, to be honest with you, especially like a games as a service where they'd launch it and then gamers are just like, I hate using the word gamers. People that play video games.
No, gamers is the phrase.
I know.
Gamers, man.
But they're like, yeah, but where's more? Like, I'm already chewing through this. Like, I'm done. Come on, more.
I felt the exact same way after I finished my watch, because I didn't play it, of God of War Ragnarok.
Really?
I literally was like, I need the next game. Right now. Right now, I want the next game. I want Kratos to go to Egypt.
Yeah. Do you think that's happening?
It's pretty much, I mean, maybe.
I haven't kept up with the news. I think that's what
there's a lot. If not Egypt, some sort of
another mythological pantheon,
but some sort of Egyptian desert, that sort of, because there's a lot of like hints.
Yeah, they got little collectibles from different. I mean, regions.
Literally,
cool.
have you played it and watched it?
Oh,
yeah,
Brad.
So we're okay. We're all okay. Yeah. Literally, hey, spoiler if you haven't finished God of War Ragnarok.
Skip 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, maybe 15. Literally at the end when he opens up the big thing and he's like looking at his future, right? Yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna be redeemed. There's like bird heads and like raw heads.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't miss that. I'd missed that. I figured that was just people from
go back and
the Nine
watch
Realms.
It. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then there's a lot of evidence that it's gonna be. Well, and of course it's all speculation. Could be totally wrong. He could be going to fucking Ellisware.
Yeah.
It's Elder Scrolls. Oh. That's where the Khajiits are from.
I didn't know that.
Very cool.
Damn it. Sorry.
Brad.
So I guess we've passed the speaking about. I'm having a brain aneurysm, Randy.
We jumped from like 57 different topics.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, what do you guys think about the Steam Deck?
Well, actually, I was going to segue into that a little bit.
That was a point.
I was thinking about it. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
No, and
alley-oop. Dunk that shit, Rand.
When we're talking about, there's a clear there's complexity of PC, but the high reward of PC.
I don't want to bring it back immediately.
No, please.
We'll go off of my point directly into the Steam Deck, because that's actually on his sheet, Steam Deck talk.
Yeah.
PC building is so goddamn fun.
It's fun.
And yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Darian was over at my house a couple days ago, and he just bought a new CPU, and he's like, Dan, please install this because I don't want to break it. And I was installing it and troubleshooting, and I was having the time of my life. That being said, you gotta like it, right?
Yes.
Like people, dude, I would rather shoot my own feet off. I was going to say something else.
That's a good, I appreciate that.
Ever work on cars.
Yeah.
But there are people, that's their livelihood.
Father Shane.
And like, to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
So PC building is another aspect of PC versus console. There is obviously price deltas. Like, if you wanted to get a PC of equivalent power to the PS5, how much is the PS5? $500?
$600.
$600?
Yeah, I think Canadian.
You could probably get a PC for around $600 or $700 Canadian. Yeah. That would be of equivalent power. And then the argument is that from there, the springboard to a much faster system is only $200 or $300 away. It's only when you start getting into like the $3,000 computers where it's like, why are you comparing this against the PS5? Oh, my $4,000 NASA PC beats the PS5. Okay.
I run Galaxy simulators on this.
So there's the aspect of PC building, and then of course the idea that a PC is a general use machine.
Yeah,
I can't make music on a console. I can't edit video. I can't do anything else on the console. Consoles play games. That's it.
That's it.
And
that's what I use it for.
And being staunchly a PCMR, you know what that is?
PCMR.
PC Master Race.
Oh.
So being staunchly PCMR, consoles are great.
Consoles are great.
They have their place.
They're pretty cool, I'd say.
As the seeds have been planted. Hey, come to the dark side. We have way higher FPS.
But
the Steam Deck.
The Steam Deck is the perfect bridge.
It fits
in my
in
opinion.
the middle.
Yes,
because it is.
You're getting my point.
It is a PC.
Yep.
You can load Windows onto the Steam Deck and have your own computer.
It's absurd.
And then you can do things like emulation is something I didn't talk about. You can't emulate on a console.
Nope.
I can emulate a PS4 on my computer.
You could.
If I wanted to.
Yep.
I don't know why.
I remember you downloaded fucking Kirby's.
Yeah, Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards, baby.
And you were just like, Randy, it's this easy. You just download this and this and this. And then I was just like, why are you putting this on my laptop?
Oh, I did do that. Do you still? Is that still there?
No, that laptop got magneted.
Oh,
it's got magneted?
Yeah, I went to recycle it because it wasn't starting anymore.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What I was going to say is higher FPS. I can emulate a PS4.
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, higher FPS, Kirby. What the hell was I going to say? Damn it.
I think you're talking like it's a perfect bridge between, in the sense of like, you get the library of PC and you get like somewhat of the thing of PS.
No,
PC,
that's not what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
I don't know, but
Brad,
you're right.
Sure.
Brad, you want a Steam Deck, don't you?
I'm really on the edge.
God,
right
so
now.
do I, bro.
Dude,
do you know why I want this thing?
Why's that?
Indie games for cheap.
Oh, dude. And the thing is, with my current job, there can be a lot of downtime sometimes, as you know. And how many times I've been sitting there?
God, man,
like,
I know.
How sick would it be to just have a Steam Deck in my hands?
Dog, I've thought about it for like
video games.
Working at PV and like, it's my half an hour lunch break. If I could just whip out, what I've been doing is game streaming on Xbox, where like I'll stream to my phone, but my phone is just too small. I feel like my eyes, I don't know if it's an eyesight thing or it's just the fact that screens are just really small and text because of that are extremely small, you know, but like, I just wish I had a dedicated machine that could do that. And it sounds like the Steam Deck is the answer to that. I can't justify spending that much money on it.
It's so hard to look at it and be like, yeah, I'll spend $600, $700, $800. I guess it depends on what spec of Steam Deck you get and all that stuff, but like,
and you don't get the bottom one.
Yeah, I was like, you probably get the middle one for $700.
You gotta, because if the bottom one is kind of nerdy,
I think the bottom
eMMC storage and it's slower. And
exactly, yeah.
And the display isn't as nice, I think, as well.
That's on the highest end one. You can get the better display or whatever, but it's a total ripoff.
Yeah. It's so wild because like we've had a machine that can play games on the go for the last. When was the Switch announced?
I don't know.
2017.
The library though, dude.
I know, but like. Dude, I've been playing Zelda, and like I pick that up and move anywhere with it, and I'll just be like, I'm playing in the bathroom now. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I understand the portability of it, absolutely.
But also, there's been problems with the Switch where people don't like the feel of it.
And I've heard the Steam Deck feels great.
I've heard it does.
Yeah.
Skill issue.
Skill issue. You don't like how the Switch feels.
Just play with it more. I feel like is what I would say too. But yeah, like I've heard the Steam Deck controls are really, really nice, and I've heard like quite a few
Valve
good
product.
things. Yeah, like it's a good
Valve does
product.
things right.
Yep.
Oh,
so
PC versus console, better VR.
Absolutely.
Just infinitely better VR.
1000%. Yeah. Absolutely.
If you give a shit, which is like nobody.
Side topic. What do you think of Apple's little thingy? You taking a look at it yet?
Yeah, of course. I think it's good hardware. It's going to be a good product because it's Apple. Mm-hmm. I think it's ludicrously overpriced. That's the only thing holding it back.
I think it is the price for something that isn't for us as a consumer.
Hard disagree. Hard disagree because there are products that do the same thing for $1,000.
Oh, it seems like Apple is targeting a market that is not us, though.
You're right, and I still disagree because there are professional products out there that do the same thing for a third of the price.
Okay, but does it have Apple's logo?
Fuck! Damn it!
Yeah, that's how they get
it's going to be objectively a good piece of hardware. It's just not $3,500.
No. But
it shouldn't be.
But I guarantee.
US.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And then so what?
$700 billion Canadian about?
I don't know. 35 goes up to like at least 45.
Yeah, it'll be about 5,000.
Yeah, and then apparently in Australia because like their dollar's worse as well. it'd be even more expensive than that. It's insane.
It's so insane.
But guess what, guys?
600.
They're not looking to sell to us right now. They're looking to sell to those people that are early adopters that are like, oh, a new piece of tech, and I have a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
I want to buy it. And then they're going to not realize, they have a plan. They're Apple. They know how to sell products to people. They're going to be like, hey, this thing, we've come up with a cheaper, more affordable option. Even though it's not a more affordable, it's only like $1,000 cheaper. So $2,500. Ooh.
But that is huge for a lot of people. It's the same way because I used to do. I used to do this. To
What are you telling me? What are you talking about?
I used to do this to my parents sometimes when I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
I would ship something way worse, like
I
I'm
know.
gonna go to this huge party on Friday or on Thursday night, and then just go to school the next morning or something like that. And then and then they're like, no. I was like, oh shit. And then I'll be like, next day I'll be like, hey, can I go over to my buddy's house this weekend and have a few drinks with a few of the guys or whatever? And they'll be like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Just like ship it high, and then you basically hit them with a sale.
Ship it high and then lowball the fuck out of them.
That's absolutely what it is.
It was funny.
Yeah,
worked pretty often too. So I imagine Apple it would work too.
It's a shame your mom listens to us.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom.
Why was the last 60 seconds beeped out, Brad? No reason.
Dan, can I talk to you after this podcast? I got the timestamp right here.
1:14:47.
What time are we at?
I just said.
You did just say.
What
we're
the
at an
fuck,
hour.
Richard?
My bad.
1:14:47. Hey, how far are we
So
in
what
the
are we
podcast?
at? We're an hour in. Do we want to talk about browser games and computer lab, or should we save that?
We
for
talked
another
for
time?
like 20 minutes, so yeah, I think we should, because that's a quick conversation.
I want to talk about computer lab, man.
You want to talk about the computer lab?
That's
We're talking about PCs. Well, look at me, segue. I'm fucking zooming around on my little segue.
Oh yeah.
I would trip you so fucking hard.
I would literally fucking dive in the air sideways and kick the fuck out of you.
That'd be hilarious. I'd be like, get the fuck off of that shit.
Called? What's that called where you jump in the air and then you just drop kick? That's it. Thank you.
When I was a kid, I had no idea what that meant. So I was like, what the hell?
So you just did it to people and you're
no,
like, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I just didn't know people would talk about like drop kicking things. And I'd be
I'm
like,
gonna drop kick you in your face. Like,
I have no idea what that is.
What are you talking about, man?
I'm impervious to your threats.
No, I'm not. I threw this in here as a fun little closer. Do y'all remember the computer lab?
I said to Randy on the way in, dude, the computer lab, Brad, it was the Wild West.
Oh, dude, I know.
It
I've been
was
in there.
crazy.
There's so many programs on our installed on the Rolling River School Division's servers of like
are we all thinking about the ant one with the jelly bean?
jelly bean hunt,
Yeah,
bro.
with the ant.
Oh, I forgot about that. What the
That's
fuck?
what I'm
You guys are
saying.
triggering core memories for me.
Brain blast.
Core memory unlocked. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the... No, I'm not going to say that.
Oh. Brad, what else you got? What else do you remember?
I was thinking of that one, and there was
Cool Math Games.
Cool Math Games, obviously.
Hell yeah.
That's the classic. That's the OG.
Is that the same as Cool Math for Kids?
I don't... What bargain bin Red Apple Cool Math Games were you playing?
No. It was a browser game too.
Addicting
Right?
Games? What are you talking about?
No, we're talking about Cool Math for Kids.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Cool Math Games. It's gone now, I think.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's been
What?
canceled.
I used to play Meeblings
No.
on that.
Okay, I'm tripping.
It's right here.
I'm goofy. Do they still have the same games in there?
Let's find out. We're looking at the
Meeblings.
We're looking. You guys want to play Hamster
cut
Pop?
the rope, move to Cool
Oh,
Math
Run
Games.
3.
Run 3.
Papa's Freezeria.
Ah!
Damn.
Dude, we got to talk about on the bus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, no, the computer lab was like you said, Dan, it's the Wild West. But
Yeah.
like, man, if there was anything that like got me into gaming, to be honest with you, like,
yeah.
like to the point of addiction. Like, there was a game called Super Munchers that.
Oh,
like,
I remember that too.
yeah.
What?
Meeblings, there it is. Ninja Kiwi. But like Super Munchers was this stupid game where it was just like you have to eat the words that start with P or something like that.
Right.
And like you would move around and eat them. But there was like almost like a story to it. And I was just like, I need to see what's next.
I need to know.
Super Munchers, bro. It's
Number
so simple.
Number Munchers.
Yeah, Number Munchers was a shoot off or a spin off of it. There was a teddy bear like carnival game. Do you remember that?
Teddy bear carnival game.
Yeah, there was a bunch of little mini games, and there was like a claw machine. It was a bunch of educational stuff.
Oh my goodness gracious!
You know
oh
what
my
I'm kinda
gravy!
talking
What are
about?
you saying to me right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my Sorry, I'm looking at the screen right now, and there's the little
this one or what?
The little gray dude.
Oh, the bubble guy. Yeah,
the bubble guy. You just like really
you just
mess
like
up.
fuck with him. Shoot him with a gun.
Oh,
flamethrower. Yeah, that guy.
That was a vile game. To
I
give
didn't
to
know
children.
that because that game evolved into Kick the Buddy.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Remember that like
Kick the Buddy
sack
was,
boy looking guy? Yeah.
No, what was that? Because you did some wild shit, and the more you beat him up, the more money you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game,
messed up.
you should not have played that.
You could
game
buy
as children.
more and more violent things. Like one of them was like, "We'll throw a black hole at him."
Yeah, and then there was also Happy Wheels was another game we probably should have played
classic.
as kids.
Still oh no, Happy Wheels died, didn't it?
Did it?
I think so. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
There was like I remember there's like the dad with the kid on the back of
Yeah.
the bike.
Yep.
He was just killing kids and
That's
shit.
Jacksepticeye's claim to fame, bro.
It is Jacksepticeye's claim to flame.
You know
Can't
how,
believe that was
like-
a browser game.
You know how many you know how like some games are like attributed to a YouTuber or a streamer?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Ninja, Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fucking Markiplier, Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Markiplier was Five Nights at Freddy's. PewDiePie was Amnesia.
That's so cool.
Right.
That's so interesting
it's
how
wild.
like both tides rise. What are you looking, Dan?
What?
Playing Happy Wheels right now.
About 30 FPS.
Yeah, shitty laptop.
God, you got to get a graphics card in that bad boy. Yeah, I don't know.
There's like certain games that that definitely bring people to fame, and
Yeah.
they're always like goofy, funny, or scary games,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's awesome.
Remember
It's
QWOP?
What?
That's not a
QWOP?
a
Oh, yeah,
old
yeah.
one, but QWOP was like one of
The
those
one where you
big-
were trying to walk and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
use the four things.
QWOP.
Oh yeah,
I
didn't play that one.
I felt
That's like a newer Flash game.
Yeah, it was
I used to
terrible.
love. Did you guys hit like What are we doing?
Do you remember this one? What was this called? It was like a mining game. Was it called Motherload?
I don't remember.
Oh, I
Dude,
played the shit out of this
The people at
game.
home are gonna be like,
What
they're
did he
just staring
talk?
at the screen.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's
That's
up?
okay. Where was I? Oh, browser games for like because I would be looking everywhere for games.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
dude,
So it's like, yo, YTV's got games. I'm gonna play some YTV games. You know what I mean? Like, Family Channel had games. There was a game that Jordan and I could not stop playing, and it was just like, it was almost like Diner Dash, but it was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And like, dude, let me tell you, played the shit out of that game because we would hang out at the shop a lot, like when we were waiting for Dad to finish up work, and I would just be like, well, I'm gonna go sit in the office and play on browser games.
That is so fucking relatable.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, my God.
my dad worked as a power engineer.
Yeah.
So he would be at the Brandon Powerhouse, and sometimes I would like go with him, and then like later in the night my mom would pick me up and it'd be like, spend some time with your dad.
Yeah.
And there was just a shitty old like computer from the 90s
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So my dad would like look up Flash games for me, and he'd be like, have fun, buddy.
Yeah.
And I would just play Flash games for hours and hours. I'm like, oh my God.
I
I
remember-
also did the same thing at some point in life.
One of my one of my birthdays, one of my things that I got for my birthday was, we had really shitty internet, so if we used
Same,
it,
yeah.
it would like cost us a lot of
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
So for my birthday, one of the things was like, Randy, you can play one game on on the internet.
I had the
And I
same
was like,
thing.
It took like 10 minutes to load,
Yeah.
and it barely worked. But I was like,
the same thing with Call of Duty. I was like, can I play COD for like an hour? And
Yeah.
It's like, fine.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember 'cause
Tragic.
Me, Mike, and Cassie were all in there, and I went through like, oh, I'm gonna stay in my room phase
Yeah.
as a child, and just binged Dan TDM Minecraft. For
Oh
some
my
reason.
God. Dude, I watched the Syndicate Project.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I never watched that guy a lot.
Same-
but I remember,
same era,
like,
same content.
I remember hearing about him a lot. I think I watched some of his
He's a
stuff.
British guy.
Yeah,
Who
British, yeah.
cares?
Whatever. But I remember I sat there and I binge watched a Minecraft series to like 120 episodes.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
It was nuts. I did nothing but watch Minecraft. I don't know why I did it. It was terrible. Anyways, the bill came back for the Wi-Fi.
Oh, no.
And it was awful. I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely above $1,000. And my mom
Oh,
shit.
no.
my mom was like, "What are you doing?"
That's the problem with rural internet.
At least
Like,
it used to be.
yeah, it used to be where it was just like, you have maybe 10 gigabytes.
I did the same thing with iTunes stuff when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
I bought a bunch of stuff and I didn't understand that it was like real money.
Yeah.
So my dad, like, like a week later, he came to me and he was like, "Why do I have a $300 bill on my credit
Oh,
card?"
no.
And I was like, but I was like bling the fuck out in my mobile game.
I never had that, but like internet definitely, where we finally got it, and it was as if it was like this untapped reserve.
Oh, unlimited internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was like,
Beautiful.
yo, we can do anything. I can download so many things. I'm gonna download Watch Dogs because I can. And then
when you got unlimited internet, did you find it hard to break out of the habit of not being conscious about your data for a little while? Because we got unlimited internet, and then for like a few months, it didn't click, and I would still be really careful with my data, and then I'd go, oh fuck, I don't have to care anymore.
I think so. I don't remember distinctly,
but just passively.
The case, but that probably was like a thing where it's like, well, I probably shouldn't use too much internet.
Yeah, I'm currently going through that right now because I just changed my phone plan. I got a deal.
Ayo.
So now you have unlimited data.
No, I had 12 gigs before, and it was like $8 more to get 60. I was like, well, I'm never at home anymore, so yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's how they get you.
And and like I was in the parking lot today, I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like,
I just have the internet.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I could just watch Netflix right now. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
What? God, we should for sure. I don't want to cut you off, but we should for sure do an episode about like growing up rural versus.
That's a great idea.
Versus becoming adults.
Absolutely.
Yeah, huge idea.
I'm gonna throw that in the sheet after.
Great idea.
Yeah.
I say great idea is my own idea.
Great idea. You know what? Honestly, great job. Great job.
Did the lights just go dark, or did I just blink?
No, they've been flickering.
I literally wasn't sure. Well, because I blinked as it happened, and I was like, did I just fake myself?
That's a weird thing, but that happens to me all the time. Where I'm like, was that me?
Now I know that I'm blinking. I hate you guys said that.
I'm
sitting here, I'm like, oh, I'm blinking right now.
Did you know that you're also now breathing manually?
Stop it. Don't do that.
Did you know you also just lost the game?
Stop it.
The thing that sucks about that is now I'm also breathing manually. Damn it.
You also lost the game.
Fuck.
Damn it. Guys, I've had a lot of fun reminiscing with you guys. I kind of love going down those nostalgia lanes.
Ripping down memory lane?
Absolutely.
Do you think memory lane's a cul-de-sac?
In that it comes back?
Yeah.
No.
What the that is wildly philosophical. That's a whole episode. I need like an hour to dissect what that means. Is memory lane Anyways, thanks for listening to this episode. Randy is gobsmacked.
Wow. That's really profound, Brad.
Thanks.
No, it's not.
But yeah, so
I still don't know what that means. Is memory lane a cul-de-sac?
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck?
Put that in the sheet. We're talking about it next week.
Well, no, because if you were going down...
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
So we're going to wrap this up, everyone, because it's been about an hour and a bit. So we are also wasted a bit of time at the beginning coming up with our little intro. It was a fun time.
It's going to be a great edit. I'm going to have so much fun.
I can't wait to listen to that. Thank yous. We're going to do a little shout-out section. Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo.
Wahoo.
What the f- We're not.
Because we're talking about our name, which is...
not that. I'm putting my foot down.
Stop it. Dan.
What's up?
Thank you.
Wahoo.
Yep. Brad.
For what the fuck?
Brad.
What was going to be like, okay.
Wow, okay, fuck you, Rand. Dan, thanks for editing our podcast, first of all, because you're obviously doing a lot of work on that with all of our little F-bombs that we threw in the beginning that we weren't supposed to.
That'll be fun.
And then thank you for creating the dope music that you're listening to right now.
I don't know which one of them.
Oh, yeah. We never know.
I have a cool new piece I could put in there.
Ooh.
It's really high energy, though, so
Okay.
I guess it could work.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
you good?
he's loving it.
I'm jamming right now.
Oh, man, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
Not even close. So yeah, obviously, thank you so much, Dan.
I got you.
Thank you to the Creation Nation Makerspace.
We'll make some money one day.
We spaced the make.
Whoa!
You know what I'm saying?
What?
Absolutely. They got. We've said it in every episode, but they got everything. And you can come on down here. You can make anything you want. They got wood shop. They got 3D printers. They got everything.
I made popsicles.
Everything.
You made popsicles?
You can make popsicles.
How?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trade secret.
Subscribe to our Patreon for the first day to hear how to make popsicles.
Yeah. And then thank you to the listener / you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Our last episode did really, really well. We appreciate that a lot.
Relative to what we were expecting.
Yeah.
Having taken a month break.
I don't think this one will do as well, but that's okay.
No, I think this one's going to be 50 billion views.
50 billion views?
That's not what I said.
50 billion views.
Dude, that's one of the top moments.
I need to bring this up in a meeting sometime, but like, we got to do a best of.
I was literally able to say another episode idea.
Yeah.
Top 10 funniest moments or something like that.
Because like it's always for me. It's gonna be Brad. Brad fucking. We're talking about the last prison meal, and then we're talking about the Alfredo. It's like they give you a straw to suck up the Alfredo, and Dan's like a boba straw, and then Brad's like, "Oh, not a boba straw."
I don't even remember that.
It fucking kills me.
All right.
Anyway, so we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it.
Wahoo.
Have a wonderful day.
Wahoo.
Go read an old game manual that you got sitting around.
If you've got a Pokemon Platinum game guide sitting around,
text me.
Please message me. I'll be in the comments. Let me know. I will pay for it.
His phone number is.
Whoa! Cut the
Off
feed.
the record. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.